welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Monday, May 10th, 2021, episode number 685 of Hard Factor. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and Bubba producing. Fellas, did you have a good weekend? Did you enjoy yourselves? Mother's Day weekend? It was Mother's Day, in case you forgot. So hopefully you took care of that yesterday. So
you did not forget, Pat. Did you? Yo, come on.
Oh, my mom.
Yeah, there you go.
It's hard to forget when you have a baby in the house.
Yeah, you didn't forget.
It's easy because
No
it's
one
like
forgot.
constant reminder.
We're all good boys.
It's a big first day for you guys. Big first Mother's Day for you two.
I got to, dude, thank God the florist had some flowers because I walked out to get breakfast and in the village of Rutherford, that's what I like to call it, the village. It's got, every little thing, literally 19 barbershops, 2 florists, but I walk in there and it's a madhouse. And they were like, there's like 2 things left. It was like, come
on, pal.
All the way.
Come on, pal. Everyone's got a mother. Let's get it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was able to pretend that I pre-ordered. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I got away with because we were just taking care of the baby. I was just chef. We did mimosas and pancakes. So just cooking.
I was at the beach partying for my wife's birthday.
Nice. You look tan.
I feel tan. I am tan.
Good. Oh, speaking of the weekend, I watched Nomadland since it got Best Picture. I promised I would. Pretty bad year for movies, huh, guys? That was Best Picture.
Come on.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, if that's Best Picture, there wasn't a lot of great movies in 2020.
Sorry, not every year there's a Forrest Gump, Will. I know, And look, I wish there was a Forrest Gump this year.
Forrest Gump is a fantastic movie. A lot better than Nomadland.
Like a little more fast moving.
Well, speaking of fast moving, Fast 9 comes out in like 2 months, right?
I would rather watch Fast 9 than Nomadland.
Well, is that franchise unstoppable?
Yeah.
Because it's like they're not trying to be great. They're just entertaining. It's
like the crypto of movies.
Yes. Speaking of which, get in on our Discord if you want to find out how to get all that stuff. Also, just DM us. I know a lot of people are interested. So
you get in on our Discord through Patreon /
That's right.
Patreon.com/Hard Factor.
That's right.
And then
Danny is on there.
Yeah.
Crypto's quickly changing our lives.
Yes.
Let's get Well, Danny's gonna be back. Speaking of all that, so yes.
Hopefully, we won't be doing this in 2 years.
Crypto's gonna. You're gonna quit the show, Wes?
Why would you quit the show?
Wes is
$20 million.
Wait, Wes is just quitting the show.
Wes, this is
never see me again.
Wes, this is the best job. What? This is the best job we ever had. The only thing we would do is
what would you work with? You have $20 million in the bank.
Because
you're in this for money.
This
then
is
you're
fun.
You're in the wrong place.
Yeah, this is because I love doing comedy and entertaining people. This is fucking fun. What, are you kidding me?
Going to get rich and leave the hive.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. You would still do this if we had $30 million in the bank?
Yes, Wes. Yes, 100%.
What are you going to do all day?
Yeah, what are you going to do all day?
Lay on the beach.
This is the best show. Okay, look
from the beach.
You can do the show from the beach. Just get a beach house with internet.
Okay,
oh my
God. Wes, alt season Wes.
This is horrible. This is horrible news.
What the fuck?
Well, I hope we don't get rich now.
I think you guys are all liars.
No, I hope we stay poor now. Honestly, I don't want to lose you from the show.
Yeah.
Also, Nomadland, the road trip draft. Speaking of things that Wes sucks at, the road trip draft. You got last place, Wes. No. Pat won. I got second. Bubba got third.
That might be what's making him want to quit the show. I
want to go.
I think I beat him, and I didn't even enter.
Smoke cigarettes and chew sunflower seeds all day. That's what I want to do.
Well, can I address something that we discussed over the weekend on the Discord for the Patreon community? We got a lot of feedback from the hardcore members of the Hardo Hive who were in the Patreon community, right? We chatted up the Discord. We got a lot of feedback about a Wes hour. A full hour of
let's do it before we get rich because he's going to be gone.
Wait, what does the Wes hour entail?
It's just Wes for 1 hour, giving you just straight Wes. It's full court Wes.
Full court
Wes. Okay.
Wes, you going to do it?
I'm up in the air about it.
Unaccompanied. Just Wes.
We could produce for you. You just have to.
Is this a Patreon show?
It would be a Patreon show.
Well, it's an experience. I'd call it an experience.
It's gotta be a Patreon, I would say.
I would be flattered that the people are calling for an hour.
I am flattered. I don't know if there's any ulterior motives behind it. If the joke's on me, but I'll roll with it.
What do you mean? We love you.
We'll come up with a format because it can't just be me rambling for an hour.
That's what people want. That's what the people want.
What about 36 minutes or Wes?
There we go. Perfect.
Something more.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a full hour. So
How
you
about
want us to
10 cigarettes with Wes?
Yeah, however long it takes to smoke 10 cigarettes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was joking. That half
a
the sound
pack.
is just going to be inhales and
half a
exhales.
pack.
You could call the show half a pack.
Yeah, we'll call it half a pack.
Half a pack. Half a pack with Wes. Patreon.com/HeartFactor to get in on that. Today is National Shrimp Day. Other than that, there was no other good.
Well, I had a few of those days this weekend. I was eating shrimp. I was eating peel and eat shrimp till I fucking passed out.
Oh yeah. Beach shrimp on the beach. You got to.
Ooh.
You got to. Anything else, fellas? Before we hop in, just hop straight into the news.
I'm just us.
altcoins, man. That's all. That's all I got to say.
We're pumped.
It's consuming our lives.
I'm getting in a lot of trouble with the lady because of altcoins right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fellas, we're going to be the kings of altcoins. Take it easy.
Did she make you 10 grand with her complaining this weekend, or
nope? She sure didn't. She sure didn't. She didn't pay for the nice dinner I took her out to.
Yeah, right.
Last night.
No, exactly.
It's a good point.
I got yelled at all weekend by the lady. We were at a wedding this weekend. I had to dish her $1,000 in altcoins to shut her up, and it worked.
Whoa.
Wes. So I
paid her off with $1,000 bribe.
I did sign her up for a Coinbase thing, and I sent her a little Bitcoin. Was trying to get her excited about it, and she just she's not feeling it. Yeah,
not feeling it.
My wife was like, "It's my birthday, and I'm gonna cut your dick off if you're on the phone a lot." So I was very good this weekend. I was like, I'm usually on my phone all the time. You guys know that with the text and everything, the Discord, all that stuff. But I was trying to not be on my phone much at all because it was birthday weekend, and I was like, I need you guys to fucking call me if we need to make the trades. Like, I was like, you do not leave me out to dry and not make these grants. Yeah, I had a process going. Like fake go to the bathroom at a restaurant.
That's a good move.
What's that?
Bubba, you're gonna have to.
Bubba, your internet's trash.
Bubba, you're gonna have to altcoin your way to a better internet connection.
Bubba, yeah, use some of those altcoin profits to buy some internet.
Absolutely cannot hear what you're saying. I mean, it's just like.
It's like an 8-bit video game, is what you're
I was like,
he was really talkative today too. It's just terrible for him.
Sucks. When he's pumped about the altcoins. Yeah. I was like telling chefs at these nice seafood restaurants to pour wine on me, so I'd get up and go to the bathroom to make
you look
the
like you're cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it. All right, let's do the news.
All right. Let's do the news. All right, first up is the Daily Buzz. It's a 5-piece today. Number 5, DK Metcalf. He ran in a preliminary Olympic trial race for the 100-meter dash on Sunday. Bubba, I got the clip. It's silent. You can play it anytime so the boys can see. Although he finished last in his heat, DK, the wide receiver for the there he is, a second from the right guy there. DK, the wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, he posted a time of 10.37 seconds. The winner of the event posted 9.96. But you got to realize how impressive this is. DK is 235 pounds, and the winner, Cravon Gillespie, was 160 pounds. So, DK can run 100 meters as fast as men who are half his size. So, yeah. It's pretty crazy.
And what was this? He just wanted a little bit more action on the side, or
no? This is a preliminary Olympic trial, so this is the race before the Olympic trial. He
just wanted to compete in the Olympics. Yeah. He wanted to see if he was fast enough to compete in the Olympics.
I guess that's my question. Do you think he actually wants in the Olympics, or he's what'll get me a huge contract next year is if I show that I'm almost good enough in the Olympics. And
he's fast enough to literally be close. So.
That's probably both. Because you want to represent your country in the Olympics, but getting a 10.37 is going to get you the bag.
Yeah, Bo Jackson
Stephen Curry played in a few PGA events. He's trying to do that whole thing.
Yeah. What happened to Tebow? Isn't Tebow? He was getting a workout as a tight end for some Florida team, right? One of the Florida football.
Oh, I don't
programs.
keep up with Tebow.
When's Tebow going to announce that he's gay?
DK Metcalf is an Olympic caliber athlete. Tim Tebow is besides in football, he's probably a minor league caliber athlete.
Isn't it fun though? He hit a home run at the highest level of minors. They let him do spring training right before COVID hit, and then COVID hit and the rug got pulled out from end baseball career.
That's what that. Otherwise, Tebow would have been in the majors. He would have been a Hall of Famer.
It's all that pent up energy about not being accepted by God and not being able to tell anyone you're gay that gets that ball out of the center field.
You're really squatting on that Tebow's gay take.
Yeah.
There's a closet homo.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah,
Pretty sure I'm right on that.
He's
one. We
on
can
to
wind back the
something.
clock. Yeah.
Imagine you have the fastest metabolism in the world, but you refuse to eat sweets. You know what I mean? Like something wrong there.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an intense man. Number 4, the jobs report was released on Friday, and it was very bad news. So bad, like the Johnson & Johnson issues before it, Twitter flushed the hashtag jobs report trend from the trending feed after it hit number 4 on Friday morning, never to be seen again. The reason they flushed the trend, the results indicate that despite expecting about 1 million jobs to be added to the U.S. economy in April, only 266,000 were filled. March was also revised to be worse than previously reported. So just bad news on economic recovery for jobs after COVID. Republicans say the boosted unemployment from the last COVID relief bill is better than taking a job on the open market, which financially it kind of is, 32,000 or below per year, which is killing the economic recovery. While Democrats point out that the fear of returning to work with unvaccinated coworkers and female unemployment being particularly high due to trouble finding childcare are the real issues. They're probably both a little bit right and wrong. But at the end of the day, the stock market is happy since a bad jobs report means continued low interest rates. And unfortunately, on the flip side, we still have nearly 10 million Americans currently without work. We'll see where it goes from here.
And we've got Wes saying he's going to quit his job on the fucking show today.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna ask you guys
Stand
to
by
do something. This is for the listeners. Ask around. I'm talking specifically to you younger listeners, our 18 to 25 demo. If you know someone that could be working and isn't, and instead is taking a government paycheck, shame them. Or
you could DM us. We'll say their name on the air.
Well, the good news for this, I think
send a picture.
That would be a good way to get
their
back to
pubes
work.
address.
The good news, guys, is that I think a lot of people are sitting at home day trading, basically, instead of working. And these capital gains taxes that are coming through are probably encourage people to just get a regular paycheck again. So, unless they're really good at the trading.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I was gonna say I went to dinner last night. I was saying, and the waitress she was atrocious. It was a nice restaurant, and the waitress was atrocious. And I was like, well, no, she was just terrible at her job.
The C squad's in.
Yeah, the C squad's in, and I was asking my girlfriend. I was like, well, aren't there like tons of just people looking for work? And this is a nice restaurant. Why can't they're like? She's like, no, because the service industry doesn't want to go back to work because they're treated like shit. Well, and they're all on unemployment.
Service industry is one of the big.
Yeah. So I was
daycare
like,
as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about unemployment, like nothing about it. And then I was making a film early in my career, and I guess actors do this where like they'll get hired on your job and then they'll immediately file for unemployment thereafter. So you get a letter saying that like someone you had hired filed for unemployment, and I thought it meant that it was going to drive our workers' comp or insurance up. And I remember like the actor came back later in the movie, and I was like, we need to have a conversation.
What is this, Brian?
What the fuck is this? and he's like, no, man, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
I was
He's
like,
I'm just trying to
badmouthing
get my
this guy for
government
weeks.
check. That's hilarious. Number 3, the Chinese rocket. Follow up on that. It crash landed on Saturday, as we foretold Saturday night, into the Indian Ocean, though, luckily, near the island nation of Maldives. Experts say had the rocket entered the atmosphere slightly sooner, it could have landed on a city center in Saudi Arabia. But don't worry, everybody. China only plans to do several more.
10.
Of these.
10
Yep.
more.
Yeah, so that's great news.
we'll have a good one soon.
I bet all 10 of them went to the ocean.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, right? That's the odds. Number 2, Elon was on SNL with Miley Cyrus performing. I didn't really watch it. I did go back and like watch, some of the like clips of Elon because SNL is just terrible. I did watch the Twitter reactions, saw that it looked like people overall thought it was pretty bad. Some things that did happen on the show. Elon admitted to having Asperger's in his opening monologue, so that's a bit of news.
That's
He
huge.
also,
That's
yeah,
dope.
He
Wow.
eats burgers
Ass.
made of ass.
no, he has Asperger's syndrome.
I mean, just say you can't filter
on the
your
autistic
your
spectrum,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd was actually the first SNL host with Asperger's. Elon thought he was, but it was actually Dan Aykroyd. He also called crypto a hustle during the weekend update, which sent the price of Doge tumbling 30%. But then he said SpaceX would accept Dogecoins as payment the next day to help Dogecoin rebound. So confusing as fuck, as always, from Emperor Elon.
Do you think it was the hustle comment or what our guest Crypto Danny said about the whales knowing a ton of people were going to come in the markets they dumped
That's
so they
right.
could rebuy in?
What Danny said, yeah.
That's right. It's what
Probably
Danny,
what Danny
called
said.
it. Definitely what Danny said. Also, Elon, I found out, has a deep love for Wario. Same as me. So I got the Wario hat here for him. He did a Wario sketch. That was one of the only ones I went back and watched where he was like being accused of killing Mario, and it was it was okay. I heard that was like the best one, so I watched it and it was all right. If that was the best sketch,
he's in a courtroom. Wario's in a courtroom and they're accusing him of killing Mario, and he's got no really defense probably.
He's like, and then he starts like trying to throw out like anti-Italian, hatred as something. And anyways, it was like Nomadland as best picture. If that was the best sketch, it was a bad show.
Well, it was really interesting filmmaking. It was you got to admit, it was interesting filmmaking.
What was wrong with Nomadland?
And it was timely.
It was so boring.
Didn't it make you want to be a nomad?
No, it was so boring. I just didn't. Yeah, it was all right.
Well, maybe if you'd gone through menopause, you'd appreciate it more.
I think so. I think I would.
Well, that's based out of a fucking town like 10 miles from you.
What does that matter?
Well, I mean, you hate your hometown, I guess.
I hate my hometown of Empire, Nevada. Man,
that's
my
right.
hometown.
That's right.
But
it's no one's hometown anymore, Will.
You should have gone and visited before you watched it, Will.
Yeah, I should have. I should have appreciated the culture of this movie. All right, number one was Canelo versus Saunders. Canelo, that was Saturday night, absolutely dominated. Apparently, he smashed Billy Joe's eye socket with his signature left hook. Pow, right in the kisser. More importantly, friends of Hard Factor, Large Barstool, dominated boxing coverage with Robbie Fox live from Jerry World in Arlington, Texas all week. Canelo dapped Large up ringside right after he had beat the shit out of Billy Joe in dominant fashion. It was pretty cool video. There's a pic on the YouTube show of Large and Canelo chopping it up before the match. Way to go, big fella. He's looking good in that Colonel Sanders goatee.
Large is the man. We love Large.
Love to see that. Large knows so many things. He knows like a ton of stuff.
Smart guy.
He's very, very knowledgeable of boxing. So
a lot of information travels into that giant body and stays in that head. Old noggin doesn't leave.
He was right in his element right there. So good for Large. And today's Daily Buzz was brought to you by the innovative fashion brand Cuts Clothing. Cuts shirts, polos, hoodies, and crew sweatshirts are made for a man who works hard, plays hard, and never settles for less, all in the sport of business. Their advanced fabrics will take your game to the next level. Whether you're at home, business, wherever you got to go, you're taking care of business in this clothing. The perfect t-shirt, accomplished. Next, Cuts set out to create fabric uniquely engineered for each clothing style. Consider the new Cuts hoodie. They developed Hyperloop French terry fabric, a textile that's temperature controlled and ageless. You'll never want to take it off. It's such a soft and like it's warm, but also cool and breathable. It's an amazing hoodie. Or try the wrinkle-free Pika polo, perfect for work, the golf course, or your next big date. Cuts is premium with a purpose. Each piece of clothing is designed with custom engineered fabric, expertly graded for the perfect fit, arming you for every challenge and opportunity. It's not just a lifestyle. It's not just clothing. It's office leisure apparel for the sport of business. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/hardfactor, all one word. That's cutsclothing.com/hardfactor for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing.
If you match the perfect shirt and their awesome hoodie with the company I'm going to talk about, shorts in a few seconds, you're going to have a pretty comfortable outfit.
Yeah, but on the Cuts tip, for real, like, I'm a huge clothes guy, and I hate it when you buy something and then you find a hole in it, like 6 weeks later.
You would never with
Cuts is designed specifically so that doesn't happen, and their hoodie's like insanely comfortable.
The fabric is it's like next generation.
We got some comfortable sponsor clothings this week. Yeah. All right, Wes.
All right, guys. Last week we covered space wine that was expected to fetch $1 million at auction because it had spent some time aging in zero gravity. And this week we have a new bottle of booze, hoping to make a splash with buyers. So you guys have heard of Chernobyl, right? The nuclear disaster happened at the Chernobyl nuclear plant, Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, whatever the fuck that is, back in '86. Anyway, 4,000 people eventually died due to cancers caused by the radiation in that area. And now a Ukrainian company wants to show the world that the land has healed and you can make better use of it, which is why the Chernobyl Spirit Company really rolls off the tongue, right?
Pass on drinking this.
Okay. All right.
Jonestown Massacre whiskey.
Yeah.
There it is. They began making
but Atomic with a K.
Atomic with a K.
Oh, come on.
Apple Spirit.
John Wayne Gacy fried chicken.
Yeah, this is no good. This is no good. This is terrible marketing.
That's Chernobyl spring water, right? And
asbestos flavored cotton candy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what makes this
Maybe.
drink unique is it would be Chernobyl's first consumer product since the disaster in '86, and they made it using apples grown within the abandoned exclusion zone around the power plant, which they claim is now radiation free, and want to prove that land could be better, much better used now.
I want to see the CEO take one sip of this.
Yeah, I want to see a Geiger counter next to a shot glass that just,
Yeah.
got poured from the bottle.
Yeah.
Chernobyl.
Yeah. So that's the exclusion zone is like 1,000 square miles around Chernobyl. It's been that way since '86. So it's like just completely.
So these apples
abandoned.
are right. The apples were right in the middle of it.
Yeah, they're in the exclusion zone or very close.
I mean,
to
the
it.
exclusion zone looks kind of badass now that it's all grown over with trees and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like what's that movie with Will Smith? With the I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the whole company and their team, these scientists, they work in the exclusion zone, and they're planting different seeds, they're planting different plants to kind of show that hey, we can go back there if we want to. No one really wants to go back there, but that's their product is this atomic.
They're gonna get people with this. It's like especially like people that are like all about like reusing stuff. This is like the ultimate recycling. You're recycling radioactive land.
Right.
And then you're supporting like going back there. This is I mean it's beautiful what they're doing for the earth.
Right. And it's making news because 1,500 bottles that were on their way back to UK back in March were confiscated by authorities, taken to the Kiev's prosecutor's office. The rest is boring. It's like some stamps. They got confiscated, whatever. But the profits were going to be going to help other communities around Chernobyl that were suffering from the disaster. But they don't know if it's going to ever happen because it was confiscated. But yeah, I wanted to ask you guys. They say that this is just as safe as vodka, the same amount of radiation or whatever.
I'm drinking it for sure. I'm at least buying a bottle. I would definitely drink.
No, why would you ever try this?
Yeah, dude, it comes from apples that are naturally purple. That's just how they grow there. I'm
trying it.
Absolutely not, bro.
I'm drinking Atomic with the K.
It's a cool bottle to pull out when you're super hammered at a
dare as a dare
as like a dare. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
everybody's getting hammered on.
Could you imagine like sitting around a campfire and like telling ghost stories, and you're like, all right, everyone has to drink from the Atomic during this session.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's quite a trick.
Yeah. So there you go.
I would just slap the Atomic label on it though, and have like it be regular vodka or something.
So, but we have 2 out of 3 that would not try. I mean, 1 out of 3 that would.
Is it going to pass Russia's rigorous food?
Well, I'm not worried. That's not part of what you think about. Okay, when you're thinking about drinking booze from a radioactive land, you're not worried about what safety tests it
Well, I am worried because
you're worried about is it going to be a different kind of drunk, and also I'm doing my part in supporting the Chernobyl community.
Earthy, straight from the exclusion zone. Like just like on the bottle, like Bernie.
It's like absinthe or something.
I will say it's part of Russian culture.
You can taste the burnt skin
to test dangerous medicine concoctions on yourself, right? That's why they got ahead of us in the vaccine game, because they were like, "Fuck it, we'll give it to our kids."
What if this gives you powers? What if this plus the vaccine gives you now?
Yeah, the power is
what power?
Infertility.
Yeah, exactly. What power? It's what like ghost powers? Like I don't understand. You can
give you a placebo effect for sure.
Your teeth glow in the dark. That's your
no
power.
one got powers from Chernobyl. They got cancer.
You got cancer. Well, if I was on the train, I would take a shot with you.
Yes, 50-50. Nice. All right.
Okay.
I like it.
Hey, do you guys remember when they used to check us for lice in elementary school?
Yeah.
Like the you remember like the day when they brought you into like the
A
classroom.
little like tongue depressor that they put all over your head.
Yes, like everyone took it, and then like one day you'd go back to the classroom and you'd look, and like one of your classmates,
Kid's gone.
There was one kid gone, and they like had to like explain to you that one of your classmates has head lice, and we won't tell you who because it's for the child's protection, but you all get the day off, and then you like look around the room and you're like, who is it? And you can like decide, you can like see who's missing, and then you can like make fun of them for like the next 20 years because
whose sleepovers do I not go to forever from now on?
Exactly. Like, yes, Carl, I fucking hate that kid. I'm gonna make fun of him forever for being the kid with lice.
Well, it's not like a kid who has lice has great snacks at his house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can do whatever you want at that house, though.
That's true.
For sure.
You could party at the lice house.
Yeah.
You get away with whatever you want. You can get beat. You can get yelled at by a strange adult.
You can get no medical attention.
I guess sometimes lice or louse aren't that funny though. Like when your mom is such a monster, like 26-year-old Cheyenne Singh of Scottsburg, Indiana. You see, what she did was she let so much of the sucking variety of head lice, which I think we have a picture, head lice grow on her 4-year-old daughter's head. So there's like there's different types of head lice. There's like there's sucking, which sucks your blood, and then there's like biting, which eats like dead skin. And most of the head lice, I think, are sucking head lice. So she lets so many head lice grow on her 4-year-old daughter that she almost died. She could not walk when doctors finally got to her, and she needed 4 blood transfusions to survive because her hemoglobin levels were at 1.7 when they should have been at 12. I don't know what that means, but the hospital said it's the lowest hemoglobin they've ever seen in a living human.
Yeah, they were eating her alive.
Yes.
Jesus.
That's fucking terrible, man.
How long would this take to fester to this point? Like, how long would she have to have not noticed anything at all?
More than a long time, probably a couple months, a year.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. She was declared a near fatality by doctors, which I don't know. It sounds like a pat on the back situation to me. Like, we saved her from lice. She was a near fatality, but we doctored the shit out of her. You're welcome. I don't know. The 4-year-old girl also had a 6-year-old sister who had a bad case of head lice too, but she was a little bit bigger and stronger, so she wasn't a near fatality. They just were able to clean the lice off her head.
That's scary.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, not great, right? Good news. This lady's clearly in the soft corner. Good news, though, the girls have been taken away from Singh, who's almost as bad a mom as Casey Anthony, and now the grandparents have custody, so less lice and more hugs in their future, and probably less having to pick burning cigarettes out of the limp hands of their passed-out mom while she sleeps.
Yeah.
To play devil's advocate, getting rid of lice is really hard. You got to put everything in bags.
You'd have to do a lice shampoo.
Especially when you
go to the store for that.
Especially when you don't want to even fucking talk or see your kids. It's really challenging to get rid of the lice.
It can be really overwhelming too. Like if you see a ton of lice and you got a lot of stuff going on, it can just be like, like when you had to take a final in college and you felt like dropping out. It can be hard.
Well, yeah. I mean, in fact, Pat, when Singh's mother confronted her, so the grandmother of the children who now has them, about the state of the grandchildren, she said, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" And then Singh said, I didn't notice. I've just been in a fog recently."
That's just it. That's all she had.
That was her excuse.
Fog.
Just general fog.
We've all been there before, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I know what that means.
Yeah.
COVID fog. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A fog of booze.
Yeah.
Right, or something. You'd think.
Yeah, no, you're onto something there.
You hit
Singh appeared Friday for an initial hearing before a judge because she's facing 3 felonies for child neglect. She was appointed a public defender because absolutely no lawyer would take her case for the 2 simple reasons that it's unwinnable and she has $0. So
the head lice, man. She's got lice too, dude.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, that lice doesn't fall far from the tree. The public defender was heard muttering, "Great, the fucking lice mom case. Why don't they just have me defend Satan?" So he's not happy. It's a tough case to get dumped on you. She was in the fog, Your Honor. That's not going to cut it. So this monster's going to go to jail probably.
Have you guys ever gotten it?
No.
It seems bad, right?
How dare you?
Like you said, it's like bed bugs, right? It'd be like
it's a little bit different than bed bugs. It's bad. I lucked out. I didn't get it, but I was living with someone that got it one time, and it was
wow.
Thank God I didn't get it, but you think you have it. If
Bubba's shaking his head like he got it. Looks like Bubba had head lice. No, that's embarrassing, Bubba.
No lice.
Sorry.
I remember one time, a kid in my class got it, so they send a note home, and like everyone's got to get the shampoo, and like the hot water heater at my house was broken, so my mom like gave me like a head lice, like a 15-minute head lice shampoo, and like it was like winter time. It was like freezing cold water.
Oh,
terrible! Thanks
awful.
to one family that neglected their child.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I think I had to get one of those shampoos too, but just a shampoo.
It'll stress you the fuck out, bro. It's like an STD that you can give from hugging, right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, I was living with someone that got it from.
It was
their
the
nephew.
first. It was the first STD, right? Like when you're a child, before you know about STDs,
OG.
lice was the first. Like
It's
STD
not
type thing you
sexually
got nervous about.
transmitted.
No, but it's as embarrassing as like
Yeah, it does
oral
lower
herpes
your
or
self-esteem.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like,
see what you're
yeah.
saying. It's
It's
like
like
it's
very-
like getting an STD
yeah, it's like
for a child.
It's the stepping stone, the first one.
Yeah.
Guess who was the most comfortable guy on the beach this weekend?
You?
I'm guessing you.
It was me, because I was rocking my bird dogs every fucking day.
Oh,
Bird
good.
dogs, for those of you that don't know, are the most comfortable shorts and pants in the world. They have built-in underwear, so you don't need to worry about finding a clean pair of non-holy underwear. It's a built-in, silky soft inner liner that makes underwear obsolete. They are the most comfortable shorts I have ever worn. It's not even close, and I have one question for you. What shorts or pants are you wearing today? Take a second and think about it. If you look down, if you're wearing shorts or pants, are they the most comfortable pair you've worn in your entire life? Gonna think probably no. So why the fuck aren't you looking up birddogs.com on your phone or computer right now? You're not gonna believe this giveaway. Just go to birddogs.com, enter promo code FACTOR, and they'll throw in a free pair of Bird Dogs rubber ventilated shoes with your order. They're just Crocs, guys. Free Crocs. That's birddogs.com, promo code FACTOR, and boom, free pair of Bird Dogs rubber ventilated shoes with your pair of Bird Dogs. You will not take these things off, I promise you.
It's half your summer fit. It's your summer fit from the waist down, set up. Real quick, guys, if you have a credit card, listen up. For real. Credit card debt sucks. I had it forever. It almost ruined my life. Before I was able to pay off my credit cards, what did I do? I sold a car and was able to chip
Stressed
away
a
at
lot.
it.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking nightmare. But then I got a loan from-
We almost had to not be friends with you because the credit situation. It was like the head lice for you. Like
you guys, if you're a long-time Hard Factor listener, you know that my credit got down to 302. But I got a loan. Here's the deal. Your credit cards are like 22% interest if you're terrible at credit, which I was. And you can get a loan from Lightstream, and you don't have to fucking pay that. It's insane. Get a loan from Lightstream, reduce your credit card interest rate. They will help you consolidate. And look, here's the deal. If you're worried about consolidating, if you think it's going to affect your credit score, it won't. You're screwed anyway. Anything you can do to make progress towards being debt-free is the step that you need to take. So, hook up with Lightstream, guys. They offer credit card consolidation loans at 5.9% APR with auto pay and excellent credit. I didn't have that, so I got a little bit of a different rate. Lower than average credit can be up to 18% APR, but why don't you sign up and figure it out, see what they give you. Just for our listeners, you can apply now and get a special interest rate discount. Holy shit, that's insane, because essentially they're acting as a bank here and they're giving an interest rate discount, which is not very bank-like, but Lightstream's doing it. The only way you can do it is go to lightstream.com/factor. That's LIGHTSTREAM.com/factor. There's no reason you shouldn't be doing this. It also will help you feel like you're getting your life back on track. So go check it out. Knock even one of the credit cards out. You'll feel a lot better. Guys, real quick disclaimer, subject to credit approval, rates range from 5.9% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.5 auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit, as I said above. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information. That's it with the ads. Let's finish the show. As you may have heard, Bob Baffert, legendary tan man and horse trainer, has been suspended from Churchill Downs, along with his horse Medina Spirit, the one that won the Kentucky Derby, because Medina Spirit failed a post-race drug test. My guess is for Quaaludes, aka horse tranquilizers, which, as the name implies, is the drug of choice for the equine.
Chill out.
I knew that horse was dirty.
Ketamine.
Yeah.
Is it ketamine?
Special K.
Yep.
That horse was juiced to the fucking gills, and everyone knew it.
He was in a K-hole when he smashed everybody else.
It's such
in the
bullshit,
race.
guys. The horse tested positive for the steroid betamethasone that's used to treat pain and inflammation.
That
in
makes
horses.
more sense that you would the winning horse would be on steroids.
Well, all the
It's a
horses are on
muscle
steroids.
relaxer, right? It's like
Betamethasone, it treats pain and inflammation. It's a steroid that I
Right.
guess, yeah. I don't know shit about medicine, you know.
It's like a Brett Favre injection.
yeah,
Brett
like
Favre injection.
the horse was like tightened, had tight muscles because it had been training too hard, and then they just loosened up its muscles and it went fucking ape shit fast.
It's the
Yeah.
Brett Favre of horses.
It's
Yes.
fucked up, guys. But keep in mind that betamethasone is legal. You can have it in horse racing, but not to the level that this horse did, which is 21 picograms in its system, which is
Oh
more
my
than
God.
twice the amount allowed.
Wow.
Put the horse down.
So it was
That's what I
abusing. It was abusing these steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
ridiculous.
bad news. I mean, that's bad. Well, I mean, it's bad news for betters of what was it, Boogaloo or what was it? What was it?
Mandaloon.
God,
no.
Mandaloon.
Mandaloon.
So, Pat, they're giving everyone their money back, right?
We're going to get into that, guys. But
Okay.
first, a Churchill Downs official was quoted as saying, quote, "To be clear, if the findings are upheld, Medina Spirit's result in the Kentucky Derby will be invalidated and Mandaloon will be declared the winner, which I am sure is huge news for the owners of Mandaloon, who will get $1.8 million in the first place check."
Yes.
Nice.
Good for them.
And
What a
in an
day for
interest-
those guys.
It's huge for those guys. Those guys are fucking
Yeah.
stoked. What a
They're like-
turnaround.
Yeah, too bad that Mandaloon was juiced too. So
Well, I had money on Mandaloon, and in an interesting turn of events, my bookie is not returning my calls, and that's probably because he owes me $3,000 for the 15-1 $200 bet I put on the actual champion, Mandaloon. Sorry, guys, you screwed. No one's getting their cash.
No, they aren't.
yeah.
Too long. There's
I had-
too many transactions since then.
I had all of my money on Hot Rod Charlie, but I was like sprinkling some other bets, and I had him to place to get second place, which he would have if Medina Spirit didn't. He goes because he got 30, would have got second. And I also had a boxed exacta with him and Mandaloon. So 1-2 finish either of them, and they both finished 1-2. So I ended up not winning any single bet on the Kentucky Derby, but I would have won two pretty big ones if
Yeah.
the fucking horse didn't cheat.
I did the same thing, Mark. I took half a week's pay and put it on like 10 horses. I figured
Yeah.
one of these guys is going to hit. And this cheater cheated me out of more money than I'd like to have lost.
With this, the doping, the horse doping, and then we had the champion race dog on meth last week. Like, you got to be done with betting the horses and the dogs.
You
at
can't
this
bet
point.
unless
I
you're
mean-
the one injecting them with drugs.
Hold
Right,
on
unless
now.
you know the
Yeah.
one that's juiced. That's the
Right.
only way to win. Is
Hold
to know
on.
which one is juiced on meth or steroids.
You got to
And then
hold the bets payments until after the fucking drug results from now on, if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, you pay him out a month later.
Pay him out. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean, you'd be happier if that happened.
I would be happier.
Yeah.
I absolutely
This is a
fucking
big
agree.
problem for horse racing. I
Well,
think.
Will, it's great. Wes, you're correct, and Will, stand by because things might be shifting, and that problem might be fixed very soon. But first,
Okay.
guys, if he's disqualified, Medina Spirit will be stripped of his Derby title, the winning purse, and become only the third horse in 147 years of the race to receive such a penalty after finishing first. And they can't officially DQ the drug addict horse until the second sample comes back the same as the first. But if there's one thing I know about dealing with junkies, it's that they will always let you down. And
He's
Yes.
back on the roids.
Well, you guys
He's
might-
failing that test.
yeah,
Second
absolutely.
one.
No. Yeah, he's fucking
failing the
junkie.
second test.
He's fucking
Yeah.
and you guys might be saying, Pat, junkie, little harsh. Calling that horse a junkie? What
You
are
see
you
him
doing?
gnawing his teeth and he's going like this.
It's a fucking junkie.
Junkie.
And I say, guys, take it up with former President Donald J. Trump. His words, not mine, taking it to the internet from a statement you can see via his Save America PAC email list or on his one-way social media platform, desk of Donald J. Trump. Quote, "So now even our Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit, is a junkie. This is emblematic of what's happening to our country. The whole world is laughing at us as we go to hell on our borders with our fake presidential election and everywhere else." So
He's lumping it all in.
That's a lot of heat. Yeah, this is Biden's America. He's saying the horses are junkies in Biden's America.
everyone's a junkie.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, guys,
Horses, dogs, everybody.
He calls the horses a rapist too.
you see,
The horses, yeah.
uh,
Some very
I-
bad horses in Kentucky.
I'm personally glad this has become a political issue because honestly, it needs to be. And guys, that's why last year Congress passed the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act, which will take place on July 1st, 2022, and calls for a board to oversee horse racing in general.
Wait, so this got in just under the wire of this new legislation?
Yep, because the board that oversees doping in the Olympics, doping of humans, will be now overseeing horses.
Horse racing is so dirty.
Medina Spirit was like the third to get DQ'd. Like he was the third to get caught. All of the horses were juicing. Like, every single one of them.
The Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act, like we're wasting government dollars on this shit. Like, they don't want that
situation to happen. I mean, they're looking out for the long-term interest of these racetracks and stuff. Because
they need to do better doping testing.
Yeah, if they're like, this shit seems rigged, nobody's gonna bet on it. And that's probably good for the economy when people bet on that shit.
Want to dope, then let them dope. Bob Baffert is baffled by all of this, saying, quote, "This shouldn't have happened. There's a problem somewhere. It didn't come from us. I don't feel embarrassed. I feel I was wronged," adding that he was going to fight it hoof and tail.
Yeah, I get it. I think that he's confused because he got caught because this had never happened before. He's like, they told me it would work again.
Yeah, it's happened 3 times. Well, things like this have happened, not like this at the Derby, but that's why the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act is coming down hard on these junkie horses, clean them up a little bit.
That passed? That was bipartisan?
It passed, baby. Passed Congress.
Everybody's worried
Glad
about
they
it.
got something through. But guys, don't worry. The horse will be at the Preakness next week. It's cool. Pretty much.
Whoa, no way. No way that horse is allowed to race at the Preakness.
Oh, that horse racing the Preakness, baby, because just banned from Churchill Downs.
Wow.
I'm a bet on that horse.
Yeah, bet on that horse. Before its heart explodes.
It's going to be off the juice, man. It's going to suck when it's off the juice.
Why
they won't
stop
be
now?
able to juice it up, and then it's going to...
Baffert's career's over. He might as well get a couple more million.
I agree. Why stop now?
Juice him up. Get the triple crown. Like get it like a fucked up triple crown that they all get struck from.
Take them all away. Then you retire. That would be the ultimate mic drop.
Yeah.
Like, I was juicing the whole time. Fuck you guys.
Right.
I'm out.
That's like when Barry Bonds hit 150 home runs the one season.
I mean, half of the fun is the money, but also like the celebrating the day that you win the race has got to be just glorious.
Oh.
Like, you're screwing everyone out of that party, which is real fucked up. That's the most fucked up. All right, guys, got a little soft corner out of India before we close. And look, I understand India is a shit show right now. Lots of people are dying. COVID is out of control, and people got to do what they got to do to survive. But these 7 motherfuckers took a little too far. So with so many deaths occurring, many open caskets before being cremated over there as part of some of the larger religions, and so many bodies being brought to crematoriums in their traditional clothing like saris and kurtas and nice sheets laid over them. Bubba's got some pictures of these garbs. 7 dudes from the Bagpat in western Uttar Pradesh saw an opportunity to make a quick buck. So what they were doing is going to the crematoriums, stealing the clothes and sheets off the dead, washing them, ironing them, repackaging them, and then selling them all over again.
Oh, they're grave robbers.
Grave robbers, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. But the repurposing of the clothes is just another next level.
I'm assuming, as a true grave robber style, they probably also took the jewelry, pocketed that. Then
they pocketed everything from the people.
Wes did a story on Chernobyl, inside the Chernobyl zone drinks, and then people that took COVID clothes,
grave
robbers, dead COVID,
pandemic grave robbers,
and then resold them.
Great. This is.
I mean, no, they're both good stories. I'm saying like it's a theme of like, like very dangerous products.
Trash problem in this world.
Yeah.
This is conservationist. I could see maybe that this is maybe this is a little it's a green take. It's a green take.
Wait, oh no.
Sure.
But gross. You're saying you're saying you'd like people's death clothes? to be.
Yeah, you wouldn't want your grandpa's fucking
No
suit to be.
chance.
Pat's
No
Pat's
chance.
gonna start a company with 100% recycled dead people clothes.
Yeah.
You can get like little tags of who was
Yeah.
wearing it before.
Yeah, you little stats on them.
Yeah,
It's got a little. It's got little symbols, just a little grave. Like a
I
little-
guarantee you, the second you learn one of your articles of clothing had been on a dead person before you're taking that thing off, no matter how many times it's been washed before.
This was
Immediately.
Leon's lucky suit, and it could be yours.
Yeah, so they got 520 bed sheets, 127 curtains, 52 saris, and apparently 3 of them have been doing this for years and we're part of a family. And they're also getting in much deeper trouble because it falls under what's called the laws under the Epidemic Act of 1897, which surely means they will be beheaded, or their hands will be cut off. I might be getting that Saudi Arabia and India.
You don't know
mixed
too
up
much
on
about
purpose.
India, do you?
Yeah, no, I might be getting Saudi Arabia and India mixed up on purpose for drama here, but I can imagine India prison is during Corona is not much better than a beheading. Even clothing merchants were in on it, paying these guys for the clothes, so they would then resell them. So they're basically just like paying them to go steal for them and repackaging it.
I mean,
So
it's a fucked economy. It's not like they're prospering over there.
Yeah, it's still just
Right.
gross, man. You don't want to be like, no matter where it is, you don't want people getting dead people's clothes pawned off.
Well, you know when you sleep over at a
up.
friend's house and they don't have sheets, and then it's the middle of the night, and you get all cold, and you're just having terrible sleep because they didn't
if
provide
that's
you with
the
a sheet.
situation,
Yeah.
if this is the only garment these people could possibly get their hands on, I doubt that's a situation. They're just buying it thinking.
You think
it's
they're
new.
swimming in garments that they
Let's
had to
put
do
up-
this?
Let's put up a poll. Let's see how many people would buy from a
Would
clothing
you
store
buy
with 100% repurposed dead people
and
clothing. on
it's
the
half
site.
price. And it's half price.
Well,
Yeah,
it-
half
it,
price.
was worn on the dead body. That's
Yes.
a big.
It was
that's a
taken
big
off.
aspect of
It was taken off of
peeled
the
off
dead
the dead body.
Yes,
Along with
and
all of
dry cleaned once.
valuables were robbed
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah,
And
and maybe
before they were-
dry cleaned.
Have
Right.
you ever wore a pair of pants that you shit and then washed? Yes, it's the same thing.
No,
That's-
it's not.
it's
no,
my shit.
it's different. It's different. You can't wear.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. No.
I've
No,
shit
you
all
throw
your
those
pants.
pants out.
I've shit every one of your pants.
You wash them and rewear them.
Put them back in your drawer.
Wait, have you ever shit in your pants without having underwear on?
I've shit in
Usually
your
you just-
pants. Will.
usually you
And
just
then
tuck
kept the
underwear.
pants.
You never wear.
Yeah.
You go commando 100%
Oh,
of the time.
I'm just gonna throw an extra Tide Pod in this one. It'll take it right out.
Talk about an unlucky day.
We'll see what everyone thinks about it. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor, guys. Hey, patreon.com/Hard Factor. Get on the crypto. Rechain, Safe Moon, Starship, Typhoon. We got a bunch of them that are just taking off. So you might want to, get it on Discord so you can get on that too. And then also be sure to follow us on iTunes, subscribe, make sure that you're getting the downloads. We know some of you are watching on YouTube now, which is great, but we need the downloads as well. So make sure you got that going on. Fat Boy Summer
You
merch.
know what? Just do Spotify too. Do
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just double us up.
Do it all. We got some
Subscribe on both
exciting
and
stuff
YouTube.
coming out.
Triple us up.
We got some exciting stuff that we're going to be working on with this crypto stuff. So you might want to, get involved.
Big stuff coming.
Big stuff. Yeah. But hey, thank you guys for listening. Most importantly, have a great fucking day.